So I actually just saw a really interesting video on TikTok the other day of a reader sharing their stack of shame. So this is 100% not my original idea. I saw it there first and thought it would be such a fun thing to do myself. Now, if you're like me, you're probably thinking something along the lines of, girl, what exactly do you mean by a stack of shame? And by that, I mean a stack of books that I am ashamed to have not read yet. I definitely have a fair few, not as many as I had anticipated because I have been slowly chipping away at the books that I've been ashamed to have not read, and I've been adding them to TBRs and trying to read them whenever the mood kind of strikes me. But there are still definitely a few in my possession that I feel a lot of shame around not having read them, and that especially comes up when someone else mentions it and says like, oh yeah, like this book, you know, you read all the time, and I'm like, actually, I haven't read that one. I'm also quite positive I'm probably forgetting a few books. I threw this stack together really quickly just by glancing at some of my bookshelves and being like, yep, that's one, yep, that's one, and I just slowly added to the pile until I got like a decent little stack here. But without further ado, I will show you my stack of shame. So starting off strong in the stack of shame, we have The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This book is so popular, it's considered a modern day classic, and for some reason, I just have never read it. Everyone is always raving about how good it is, and like it's got like the perfect dark academia vibes, and it definitely sounds like it's up my alley, but I feel like it's just so hyped that I'm so scared to read it because what if I don't love it like everyone else? And then also I always get that feeling like, what if I'm too dumb to understand this? Which I know is just in my head, but like the font is so tiny and it seems like a very dense book. And I know that everyone always says that it reads really quickly, but I don't know, there's just something so intimidating about it. It's like 500 and something pages. So I haven't got to that one yet. I do plan on it. I feel like it might be on my 2025 TBR. I honestly do not remember and I'm too lazy to go look it up right now. It is one that I promise I will read eventually, just not yet for some reason. Next, we have Normal People by Sally Rooney. This is another book that everyone is always raving about, and I have never read a Sally Rooney. Take away my booktube credentials, please, because, like, I don't deserve them. I don't know. I own this one. I also own Conversation with Friends on my Kobo. I haven't read either. I'm also ashamed to have not read that one, but I didn't feel like going to get my Kobo to skim through and pick books on there that I'm ashamed to have not read, but those two are definitely on this list. This is one that I never add to TBRs, and I always mean to read it, but it's another one that really intimidates me because apparently there are no, like, quotations around the dialogue. It's just kind of written in the paragraph with the rest of it, and that is terrifying. I feel like I'm either really gonna love it or really gonna hate it, and I'm super scared to hate it and haven't got the motivation to try it and find out yet. So it is staying on the stack of shame for the time being. Next is one that is on my 2025 TBR. I know that it is, and I really, really need to read it, and that is All's Well by Mona Awad. I freaking love Bunny. I love Mona Awad's writing and just getting lost in her world and stuff, but I am ashamed to say I have never read All's Well. For how much I rave about Bunny, it's sad, honestly, and I was super excited to get Rouge, and I still haven't read this one. Who am I? This is a must read. I don't know what's taking me so long, honestly. I was super excited to buy it. I was super excited even when it came out, and I don't know. Honestly, I have no excuse for that one. Next is Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. So here is something. I actually bought the signed edition of Alone with You in the Ether. I actually have a few different novels by Olivia Blake that are signed, and I don't deserve them because I have never read an Olivia Blake. Now, in my defense, I purchased the signed editions from Indigo and they were on clearance, so they were actually cheaper than the regular edition of a hardcover at that moment in time. So I got them on sale. I don't deserve to have them in my possession or touch them because I'm fake fan over here, honestly. I'm just really hoping that I love it. This is another one too where I have absolutely no excuse. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. It's on my TBR and has been for a couple of years now. There's just way too many things to read and I haven't got around to it yet. Next on this list is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I think that's how you say his last name. This is supposed to be a super cozy, cutesy kind of fantasy, which I love. I'm not like the biggest fantasy reader ever, but I love a cozy vibe. don't know why I haven't read this yet. It's kind of wild. It's something that when I first saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that seems so cute. And then my sister bought me this for, I think, my birthday. So like I didn't even have to go out and buy it myself. It was a gift. And I was super excited about it. And I still, for some reason, haven't picked it up. No excuses. I'm just a horrible person. I don't know. Next is The Cruel Prince trilogy by Holly Black. I own all of these books, okay? Now, I have read Holly Black before. I was really big into Holly Black when I was a teenager. I don't know why I haven't read The Cruel Prince yet, especially when it became so popular for like a few years there on BookTok. I feel like it still is pretty popular on BookTok, honestly. But I think now what I'm most nervous about for reading this one is that it's YA, and I know that it's not geared towards my age anymore, and I just don't want to be disappointed by it. But at the same time, I've owned it for years, so I have to read it. I don't know. It's one that I keep putting off because I'm so scared to be disappointed. But the longer I put it off, I feel like the more disappointed I'm going to be. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, once again, I have read a Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read When True Loves by her. Loved it. It was so good. I started to listen to the audiobook for Daisy Jones and the Six. Wasn't my favorite. I think I got through like maybe the first 3 chapters, and then I wasn't interested, so I put it down and I never picked it back up again. And this one I've had for literal years, and I do not know why. I've just never felt the pull to read it. I always see people saying how much they love it, how much it kind of made them cry and stuff, and I love a good sad book moment, but I've just never really been drawn to it, and I am definitely a huge mood reader. I don't know, for some reason I've just never been in the mood for it, which is wild because I know I like Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing. It just hasn't struck my fancy yet. I will read it someday, just probably not someday anytime soon. This one I am definitely ashamed of because obviously it's very popular, and that is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. Once again, no excuses. I honestly don't know why I haven't read this one. Maybe just because I know it's going to be like thought-provoking and I'm going to have to really pay attention, and I kind of struggle to pay attention a lot. I don't know, but it's one of those really popular, you have to read it in your lifetime kind of books, and I just keep putting it off and not adding it to TBRs. And someday I will, and I will read it, just not yet, apparently. Next is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Now, I am currently reading Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, so at least I'm reading something by the Bronte sisters. Finally, like a month ago, Jane Eyre definitely would have been on this list. It would have been probably on the top of this list. But now Wuthering Heights takes its place, and I'm ashamed that I've never read this because it is a classic. I feel like it has a lot of movie adaptations, which I've also never seen. I personally know people in my life who love and swear by this book, and still for some reason, I've never read it. It's not that it intimidates me, it's just that I haven't. And then, of course, another classic on this list is Emma by Jane Austen. I am honestly kind of disgusted with myself that I've never read this one, seeing as how Pride and Prejudice is like my favorite all-time book, and I have a billion freaking copies of it. Never read Emma. I am literally a horrible person, but it's fine. I actually even own like, I think 3 editions of Emma. Yeah. And I've never read it. I'm definitely hoping to, probably not this year though, honestly. Maybe I'll add it to next year's TBR, but we'll see. I don't know. This one kind of shocks me, and that is Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. I love reading memoirs, and I actually own a lot of memoirs surrounding people who have survived the Holocaust and Auschwitz and stuff like that, and this has got to be the most famous memoir from that time period, and I've never read it. I don't know why. I think probably because I know it's going to be very sad and hard to read, and I just don't know if I've been ready for it yet. I know it's good because I trust the people in my life who have read it, who have said that it is very, very good. I just, for some reason, haven't picked it up yet. And last in the stack of shame, the most shameful one is The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. I love Tolkien, and I am a huge Tolkien fan, but I don't know if I have the right to even say that because I've never read The Silmarillion, and I own multiple copies of it once again. Like, this is a special edition with like sprayed edges. Let me see if I can like focus on it so you can see them. There we go. Like, it is an absolutely beautiful copy of The Silmarillion. I have no excuse. Like, there are even audiobooks. I'm pretty sure I own an audiobook that's narrated by Christopher Lee, but it's just so intimidating. I know it's a very dense book by Tolkien, and it's a lot of like, I don't want to say information dumping because that doesn't seem fair. I don't know. It's supposed to be filled with information. That seems like a nicer way to put that, and I'm terrified of it. So I haven't read it yet. And I feel like a fraud whenever I say, oh, I love Tolkien, I love The Lord of the Rings, I love The Hobbit. I haven't read The Silmarillion, but it's fine. Definitely one that I need to read. Is it on my 2025 TBR? No. Is it going to be on my 2026 TBR? Maybe. But I am very ashamed. I feel a lot of shame just talking about that list, but I'm sure loads of people can relate. There are so many books in this world and not enough time to read them all, so I am slowly making it through my pile. I'm honestly most ashamed of the amount of books that I own that I have never read. Like, some people are like, oh, this is horrible, I have 20 books that I've never read, and I'm like, oh, I probably have like, I'm gonna guess 400. I don't know. I don't keep track anymore because it just makes me sad. But anyway, let me know in the comments if there are any books that you are ashamed that you have never read. Maybe we share a few books on the stack of shame. Let me know. But on that note, I think I'm gonna leave this video here. I hope you have a great rest of your week and happy reading.